So good morning, students. Let's start a new unit, non-isothermal reactor design. Non-isothermal reactor design. Right? Non-isothermal reactor design. Now in BTech level, you have studied the isothermal reactor design, right? Or isothermal reaction, right? Where the temperature remain constant. Right? In isothermal reaction or reactor, right? Temperature remain constant. That you already assume. Temperature remains constant, right? Suppose we have a CSTR, for example, right? This is the CSTR, right? So whatever temperature reactants have, the same temperature the products have. So the inlet and outlet temperatures are same. Both are equal in isothermal reactor. All right, but in reality, right, or in some or in many cases, or in the most of the cases, right, both the reactant and temperature have a inlet and outlet temperature are different, and that is called as a non-isothermal reactor. Right? Suppose if the inlet temperature and outlet temperature are different, right? So this is the reactor. So this is the T0 is the inlet temperature. Then the outlet temperature must be different, right? T. Let's say designated at T, right? And we know that a temperature changes, right? A conversion also changes, right? Conversion also changes, right? Now, so the conversion depends upon, right? Conversion depends on, right, temperature, right? Temperature, right? Then pressure, right? And also depend upon the types of reaction, right? Types of reaction, whether it is the endothermic reaction or whether it is a exothermic reaction, right? Endothermic or exothermic reaction, right? Now it is also depends upon whether the reaction is a reversible reaction, or irreversible reaction. Irreversible reaction, right? So especially we know that for endothermic reaction, right? Endothermic reaction, right? For any cases where the reaction is reversible or irreversible, right? Conversion always increases as the temperature increases, right? So let me write for irreversible reaction. For irreversible reaction, right? Whether it is a endothermic, uh, or exothermic reaction, right? Conversion right, always increases with temperature. Now, why the conversion is increases with temperature? Because we know that as the temperature increases, rate of reaction is also increases, right? Rate of reaction also increases. Now, for especially a reversible reaction, right? We will have a concept of equilibrium conversion depending upon the equilibrium condition, right? And we know that for the irreversible reaction, there is only a one-side reaction, that is A gives B. There will not never B gives A. There will never B gives A. Only one side of reaction, right? But for a reversible reaction, right? Reversible reaction, right? For example, A plus B gives the C plus D, right? So during this is the forward reaction, right? Right? During the forward reaction, A will combine with B to produce C and D, right? And during the backward reaction, C plus D that will combine to form, or that C plus D, C and D will react it to give A and B, right? So here we have a concept of equilibrium conversion, right? Equilibrium conversion. Equilibrium conversion, right? And what is the equilibrium conversion? Conversion, right? Conversion at equilibrium condition. Conversion at equilibrium condition. Equilibrium condition. Then what is the equilibrium condition here? Right? This is the equilibrium condition. What is the equilibrium condition here? Right? That is the rate of forward reaction is equal to, right, a rate of forward reaction is equal to a rate of backward reaction, and backward reaction, that is the rate of consumption of A, right? Rate of consumption of A is same as the rate of formation of A, right? So we say that net rate, right? We know that, so we say that, and net rate is equal to 0. Net rate, this is equal to 0. All right. This is the equilibrium condition, right? Now this equilibrium conversion depends upon, that equilibrium conversion depends upon equilibrium conversion, right? Especially for exothermic reaction, right? Exothermic reactions, right? That depends on temperature, right? Concentration and pressure, right? This is pressure especially for gas phase reaction, gas phase reaction, right? Pressure for a gas phase reaction, right? And that is given by, right, equilibrium conversion, or the concept whether the equilibrium conversion will increase or decrease, or what is the effect of these parameters, right? Effect of these parameters on equilibrium conversion, that is governed by or given by Le Chatelier, right? Effect of conversion, sorry, effect of parameter, this parameter, right? Effect of these parameters on the equilibrium condition or equilibrium conversion, it is given by Le Chatelier principle, right? Le Chatelier, Le Chatelier principle, right? Le Chatelier principle. What is the Le Chatelier principle? Suppose we have a equilibrium condition, right? We have a equilibrium condition. For example, let's say we have an equilibrium condition, right? So if we changes the parameter, right? If we changes the parameter, then equilibrium will shift, or equilibrium will shift depending upon whether we change, whether we increase the parameter or reduce the parameter, right? So we can say that if we have equilibrium condition, right, then change in parameter, right, will, sorry, change in parameter will counteract the changes, right? Counteract these changes. If that means if we try to increase the temperature, the system will try to decrease the temperature. System will try to decrease the temperature. If we try to increase the temperature, right, then system will try to reduce the temperature. All right. Let's say, for example, first we see the concentration, effect of concentration, effect of concentration. Let's say we have, suppose, reaction A plus B, and A plus B, that will produce same reaction C plus D and C plus D. This is the reaction, for example. All right. So if we want, if we increase the concentration, right? If we want to increase the concentration of A, So if we increase the concentration, right, increase in concentration, concentration, right, then a system will, right, system will try to decrease in concentration, right, system will try to decrease the concentration, right. So what will happen, let's say system, how the concentration of A will reduce, right, then equilibrium will shift, right, equilibrium shift will in this direction, forward direction, right, because it will try to reduce the concentration of A. Let's say, for example, initially this is the equilibrium condition, right, and equilibrium condition, let's say A have, let's say 1 molar, for example, this is just example, right, A is equal to 1 molar at equilibrium condition, right. So if we now increase the concentration of A, right, and let's say at this particular condition, for example, let's say XA is the conversion, right, XA, which is, let's say 0.6, for example, 0.6, for example, right. Now if we increase the concentration, if we increase the concentration, system will try to reduce the concentration, right. That means when the concentration of A reduce, more amount of A that will be converted, reacted with B, right, more amount of A will be converted to B, then only the concentration of A reduce. So system will try to react, right, more A, right, react more A, right. So it is in the reaction will occur in the forward direction more, right. So the equilibrium conversion that will be increase, right. So this is the effect of concentration, right. Equilibrium will shift, right, equilibrium shift that to counteract the changes, right, counteract the changes, equilibrium will shift, right, equilibrium, let me also write changes in the parameter will counteract the changes, and equilibrium will shift, equilibrium will shift. So equilibrium will shift whether whether in the forward direction or backward direction, that depends upon whether we what we change, whether we increase the concentration, or we increase the, or do we reduce the concentration, we reduce the concentration. Similarly for C and D also, similarly for B also, right, for B also, right. So this is the effect of concentration, right. Now second is the effect of temperature, effect of temperature, effect of temperature. Now by increasing the temperature, right, the conversion will increase or decrease, or equilibrium will shift either in the forward direction or backward direction. That depends on whether the reaction is exothermic or endothermic, right. So let me write depends on, right, or we can say conversion depends on, right, exothermic or or endothermic reaction, right? Let's say, for example, we have a reversible reaction A plus B, same reaction, reversible reaction C plus D, right? C plus D, right? Let's say this is the exothermic reaction, right? Exothermic reaction. Right? So we know that in exothermic reaction, heat evolved. Heat evolved during the reaction, right? During the reaction, right? So we know that in the forward reaction, right? A plus B, that will be reacted to give C and D. So in the forward reaction, as in the exothermic reaction, heat evolved, right? Heat evolved, right? And the backward reaction, right? In the backward reaction, when the C plus D reacted, then heat absorbed, or sorry, heat, right, heat absorbed, and it absorbed during this reaction when C reacted with the D, right? For the exothermic reaction, right? Exothermic reaction, right? So we know that as the heat evolved, right, the temperature is increases, right? Temperature is increases. Let me write temperature increases, right, due to evolution of heat. Now let's say we increase the temperature for the exothermic reversible reaction. Let's say we increase the temperature, increase temperature, right? Increase temperature, right? Then as per the Le Chatelier principle, equilibrium will shift, right, to counteract the changes, right? Counteract the changes, right? That means system will try to reduce the temperature, right? Increasing temperature, then a system will try to reduce the temperature, right? So when the temperature is reduced, right, if the heat is absorbed during the reaction, right, then temperature will be reduced. So in the forward direction, right, in the forward direction, we know that in the forward direction heat evolved, right, and heat evolved, then temperature increases. But if we increase the temperature, system will try to reduce the temperature, right? System will try to reduce the temperature, then the C plus D, that will be reacted and heat absorbed, then only the temperature reduce. So if the C plus D reduces, then more amount of A, that means A formed during the backward reaction. So conversion of A, that will be reduced, right? Conversion of A, that will be reduced, right? So let me write equilibrium conversion, right? Equilibrium conversion, and that will be reduced, right? Equilibrium conversion is reduced, right? This is only specially for the exothermic reaction. Make sure exothermic and irreversible reaction. Exothermic and a reversible reaction. Reversible reaction. Right. So increase in temperature, system will try to reduce the temperature. Right. So the equilibrium conversion reduces. I'm talking about the conversion of reactant. This is the reactant. This is the reactant. Right. So similarly, if we reduce the temperature, right? If we reduce the temperature, system will try to increase the temperature. So when the temperature increase, right, heat evolved, and when heat evolved, the A plus B that will reacted to form C and D. Then heat evolved and temperature increases. And temperature increases. So in this case, if in this case conversion of A, equilibrium conversion, that will be increased. So this is the vice versa, and vice versa. When we reduce the temperature, system will try to increase the temperature, right? So A and B that will be reacted to form C and D, and heat evolved. Heat evolved, the temperature increase, right? So conversion of A, right? Conversion of A that will be increases. So we are only talking about the cases for a reversible reaction, right? Reversible reaction, right? For the irreversible reaction, we know that, right? There is no backward reaction. So conversion is always increases if we increase the temperature, because there is no backward reaction, right? For irreversible reaction, no backward reaction. So conversion always increases as the temperature increases, right? As the temperature increases. Right. So we have seen the effect of concentration and temperature. What is the effect of pressure? Third, effect of pressure, right? Effect of pressure, right? Especially for a gas phase reaction. Let's say, for example, we have a gas plus B. Let's say we have a 2B, and 2B gas. This is the equilibrium reaction, will produce C gas plus D, let's say 2C gas plus D gas. This is the gas phase reaction. Okay? Gas phase reaction, right? And we know that for only a gas phase reaction, pressure has an effect on concentration may changes if we change the pressure, right? There is no effect of pressure on liquid phase reaction, because liquid is a incompressible fluid, where the gas is a compressible fluid. So it's always the concentration is always affected by pressure, right? So let's say this is the equilibrium equilibrium reaction, right? Equilibrium reversible reaction, equilibrium, right? And equilibrium reaction, we have certain conversion of A, right? Conversion of A, right? Let's say we increase the pressure, right? Sorry, let's say we have a different moles of reactant and product, different, right? So that we can see the effect of pressure. So increase in pressure. Let's say we increase the pressure. What will happen? A system will try to decrease the pressure, right? Pressure, system will try, the system will try to reduce the pressure. Reduce the pressure. Now we know that in the reactant we have three moles. Right here we have a 3 moles, while the product have 2 moles. Right, 2 moles. Right. Now pressure. That pressure will only increase if we have a backward reaction. Why? Because in the product side we have 3 molecules, right? So let's say suppose suppose this is the reactor, for example. Let's say this is the molecules, right? So this molecule will collide with the wall, right? Collide with the wall to give the pressure, right? To give the pressure. So if we have a more molecules, right, more a number of molecules, then more pressure, right? More pressure, that we know. All right, more pressure. So if we increase the pressure, right, system will try to reduce the pressure. So when we have a less pressure and reduced pressure, when we have a less number of molecules. And see, in the product side we have a less molecules as compared to the less moles as compared to reactant. So what will happen? System will try to reduce the pressure. So what will happen? More amount of this product form, right? More amount of this product form to reduce the pressure. So if equilibrium will shift in the forward direction like this, right? So in that case, right, conversion, right, conversion of A, that will be increase. Right? Conversion of A, that will be increase, right? Because system will try to reduce the pressure, and pressure is only reduced when we have a less number of molecules or moles inside a reactor, right? So less number of molecules only we have if the A 2B plus A, that is 3 moles gives 3 moles gives 2 moles product, right? So during the reaction, number of molecules that will be reduced, which will reduce the pressure, right? So that depends upon this stoichiometry. Suppose if we have, that means in this case the number of product molecules, let me write, conversion of A increases, right? 4 or case when number of reactant molecules or moles is less than product. You can see that number of moles is less than the product, right? But what happen if we have this kind of reaction? For example, let's say we have A plus B, that will give you, reversible, right? 2C plus D, all are the, let's say, gas phase reaction, and gas phase reaction. right? So in this case, if we increase pressure, right, increase the pressure and increase pressure, the system will try to reduce the pressure. Pressure, when the pressure is reduced, when we have a less number of molecules. So these three molecules that will be reacted to produce two molecules, so that pressure will be reduced, right? Pressure will be reduced. So in that case, equilibrium shift in this direction, backward direction, backward direction, right? So the conversion of A, because in this reaction, product will be reacted, right? Product will be reacted to form a reactant. So conversion of A will be reduced, right? Conversion of A reduce. All right. But suppose if we have A plus B, right, that will give you the C plus D. See here, there are a number of moles of reactants are same as number of moles of product, right? 2 and 2. Right? So in this case, right, pressure is constant, right? Pressure is constant. So there is no effect of pressure in equilibrium. No effect of pressure on equilibrium, right? Because the pressure remains constant, right? Pressure remains constant, all right? Now we know that temperature has the effect on this conversion, right? Effect on the conversion, right? So we have to and we consider for the non-isothermal reactor, right? We consider non-isothermal reactor, that means the inlet and outlet temperature are different, right? So we have to change the temperature, right? Sorry, not we have to, but temperature changes in the reactor, right? So this temperature changes either maybe heat generated or heat liberated or heat absorbed during the reaction, or we add the heat to the reactor, right? We add to the heat reactor to the reactor. So we have to do the energy balance on any reactor, any reactor. Let's do the energy balance. Energy balance. The energy balance is nothing but the enthalpy balance. Right? Energy same as the enthalpy. Right? Energy same as enthalpy. So energy balance on CSTR. Right? CSTR. Let's say we have this CSTR. CSTR. Let's say this is the CSTR. Right? CSTR. Let's say the fluid enters into the reactor, having the volumetric flow rate V0, right? Volumetric flow rate, right? Rho, density, Cp, right? Specific heat capacity, right? And T0, inlet temperature, and Nc air naught, at the initial conversion. Let's assume it is a 0. There is no conversion in the inlet stream, right? Now let's say we adding the heat, right? We adding the heat to the system, right? And due to that, let's say temperature changes, right? Temperature changes, right, in this reactor. Let's say T is the outlet temperature, right? Rho is the density, right? Cp is the specific heat capacity, right? And Xa is the conversion, right? So as we, right, so we know that unit of enthalpy, right, is the joule per mole, right? Joule per mole, right? And we have the energy balance, right? Energy balance, right? So as it is a flow system, right? Flow system, then the balance must be in unit of a joule per second, energy per second, energy per, or let's say joule per second, right? So let's we do the energy balance, right? And let's say we to change the temperature, let's say we have jacketed is provided, let's say jacketed is provided here, right? To adding or removal of heat, to adding the removal or heat, right? So that will be a, let's say Q plus or minus Q, plus or minus Q, depending upon whether the reaction is, or sorry, whether we put heat in, heat given to system, or we or heat removal from the system, right? Let's do material balance. V0, right? V0 into rho into Cp and into T0, right? That is the, this one is the in. Let me simply write here, in is equal to out, right? All are energy, right? Plus energy, let me write energy in is equal to energy out, right? Plus energy generate or consume, depending upon whether the reaction is exothermic or endothermic, right? Due to reaction, right? Plus heat added or removed, and added or removed by external means, right? That means this Q, right? So energy input to the system due to this the reactant, because reactant always have certain energy, right? Similarly, this product also have certain energy, and this product certain energy, right? But this is the energy in. So let me check unit whether it is a joule per second or not, right? So this is the V0 volumetric flow rate, right? So volumetric flow rate unit is meter cube or liter per second, whatever. Let's say meter cube per second into density. So it is kg per meter cube into this specific heat capacity, right? Specific heat capacity. But it is joule multiplied joule per mole into Kelvin. This is the T, that is the Kelvin, right? This is the specific heat capacity, right? So temperature, right, in Kelvin, sorry, this is Kelvin, Kelvin, that will get cancelled out, right? So I think let's say it is a joule per, instead of mole, let's say we write kg, right? So we can convert kg into mole by dividing or multiplying the molecular weight. this kg again get cancel out. Meter cube again get cancel out. So it is joule per second. So unit is consistent, right? So V0, rho, Cp and T0. This is the in. Out is equal to this one. So as let's say we assume it is a liquid phase reaction, right? Liquid phase reaction. So the volumetric plot will not change. It will remain V0, right? Again, density is not constant. Density is constant. And let's say this is Cp is also not changes. Actually, Cp is a function of temperature, right? Cp is a function of temperature. But let's say temperature range is not much, so that Cp remain constant, right? And outlet temperature is T. Right? So this is plus or minus, right? Plus or minus, right? Whether the reaction is exothermic or endothermic, right? So for the exothermic, right, or endothermic, right? So we have a minus Ra. This is the rate of reaction into delta HR, heat of reaction, and into this volume of reactor. This is the, let's say this is the reactor volume. So into V. Let's also check the unit of rate, mole transfer, right? Mole transfer per second into volume, right? Into heat of reaction, joule per mole, into volume of reactor, that is the meter cube. So meter cube again get cancel out, right? Mole again get cancel out. So unit is joule per second. This term is the energy generated or consumed during this reaction. Right? During this reaction, joule per second, right? Plus or minus, right? Plus or minus Q. Whether we give heat, give the heat or add the heat, right? And this is Q is equal to 0, right? For adiabatic condition. And for adiabatic condition, right? For adiabatic condition, right? So I stop here, right? So up to this, you have a syllabus, right? Syllabus for mid-sem, right? The second mid-sem, right? So if you have any doubt, it is simple, right? It is simple, right? I will upload this video in YouTube, right? Because many questions will be asked from this lecture, right? So go through this lecture. I will upload this video in YouTube, right? YouTube, right? Thank you.